was 23 in the summer of 2006. That's when I abandoned the life I'd been living. I took off across America on a motorcycle, determined to learn my homeland, and intent on becoming an adventurer, a writer, and a storyteller. I wanted to live an epic. I'm Woodrow Landfair, and this, recorded live in Washington, D.C., September 23, 2007, is the product of 14 months, 30,000 miles, and 48 states.
Darkness seems to be the only thing that's right. I just can't stop thinking about you, girl. So I lose myself on a midnight drive. Hey, and if the end is near, well, you make it clear. 'Cause I can't allow my heart to be tossed overboard again. But if only I can show you, would you give me one last chance? Never could find the right words to say. Oh, to say, yeah.
Austin, Texas, July 1st, 2006.
The apartment is littered with piles of clothes. A stack of dirty dishes sit in the sink. On the shelf is a pile of school papers. Graded tests, a stack of old textbooks. On the table is a ring of keys. 2 backpacks sit in the middle of the room, both black. In them I shovel t-shirts, jeans, books, sweatshirts, shorts, sandals, a pair of shoes, a photograph of an old novel. It's never gonna fit. Essentials, that's what I need, essentials. I pick up the bag, dump them all, essentials, essentials. Yesterday, I pawned everything. My car, my television, a DVD player, my national championship ring. Essentials, that's what I need now, essentials. I go back to packing. I don't have time to waste, essentials. I don't have time. Everyone's telling me I can't do this. I don't want to lose my nerve now. I must act quickly. Essentials. I've had coaches, teachers, everyone I know. You can't do this. You can't start this way. You'll never write a book. You didn't even know how to ride a motorcycle. No one's interested in Odyssey anymore. My college coach even called me a confused young man. A confused young man? Where are my keys? Where are my socks? A confused young man? Do I look like a confused young man? Anything but a confused young man. I go back to packing. Socks, shoes, just what I'll use, jeans, shirts. Again, the photograph of Karina, the only one who understands this. The only person that thinks it's a good idea. A stack of her letters. Oh, this stuff, it just never fit. I pack the rest. Pick up the 2 backpacks on my shoulder, a laptop computer, notebooks, a novel in case I get the chance to read. Better make that 2. Look one last time around the room. Dirty dishes still in the sink. Old bedspread wadded up with some sheets on the mattress. Littered things in the middle of the floor, old clothes that wouldn't fit. That pile of letters from Karina, the photo. I give it one last look. Take one small step, one giant leap, really, through the door. Slam it behind me, and oh, my motorcycle helmet. I run back in. Oh, thank God, I remember that. Again through the door, one last look. I slam it behind me. Oh, a note. I slam it on the door for the landlord. It explains everything in 4 words. Left to discover America.
Just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, searching for a pot of gold. Things got bad, things got worse, I guess you know the tune.
Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. Coming on a Greyhound, walking out if I go. I was just passing through, must be 7 months ago. Run out of time and money, Lord, it looks like I lost a friend. Oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again.
Savannah, Georgia, July 20th, 2006.
The sun is in our eyes. We squat in the bed of a pickup truck, 6 of us. Our calloused hands hold the wooden handles of shovels and hammers. Can you see us? We're on a highway. Wind is in our hair. Boxes of nails rattle as we hit potholes. I am here because I ran out of money. We are all here because we're out of money. I am here because I had a dream. Those plans fell through. We're all here because plans fell through. We met in a Home Depot parking lot. Standing in a line, the contractors rode up. Me and I don't know their names. We were selected, the 6 of us, the chosen few. And now we ride, tools in our hands. We get there, Javier yells, "Clavo!" And I run. I get a bucket of nails. I run back. Now we hammer. Now we dig. Now we climb to second stories of what will be homes. We have no workers' comp. We have no insurance. Nails are stepped on. Hands are jammed in machinery. Can you see us? Can you see us sweating in the sun, sunburn, throwing those tools in the back of the truck at the end of the day, riding back, counting our money at the Home Depot? Can you see us going our separate ways at the end of the day? Money in hand, walking to jalopies, bus stops, a motorcycle. And later that day, I find myself on a beach there to save money, looking at the stars above. Shining white, black sky. Trying to save money, trying to fall asleep out there. Now up in South Carolina. And as I fall asleep, I don't know if it's a moment, I don't know if it's a minute, an hour, but I wake. Bright lights in my eyes. I can't see sand being kicked on me. And again, I just hear the words, "Get up, you bum! You can't sleep here!" More light, I just can't see. More sand. Laying on the ground. "Get up, you bum! Didn't you hear us?" It's his partner. The police officers kick some more sand. And I get up. It's 3 a.m. Where do I go? What do I do? They yell at me a little bit more, and I'm looking now at the sky as I gather my things. At this great American night, these stars, these little rebel cutouts of the sun shining brightly all over the sky, this perfect dichotomy of dark and light. I think of all of us under this American night, everyone I know, some people in the granite halls of law school, other people mowing lawns, sweating out in the sun. I have friends probably still up right now doing drugs, needles in their arm, powder up their noses. I have buddies pitching in the major leagues. I have buddies that are partying out in Las Vegas, strippers on their arms, drinks in their hands. I have buddies marching across sandy cities, somewhere miles and miles an ocean away, guns in their hands, bloodstained, fighting a war in the Middle East. Can you see them? The police officers walk me off, escort me off the beach, back to the motorcycle. They wait for me there, and as they walk away, one of them stops, says, "And you don't come back here, see?"
This land is your land, this land is my land. California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
I keep moving, keep working, keep writing, keep dreaming. I keep making it.
Washington, D.C., August 15th, 2006.
I spent 2 weeks lifeguarding. One bounce on the board there, little man. You, little lady, no running. Ma'am, put a diaper on that kid.
New York City, October 29th, 2006.
I get a job as a door-to-door salesman. Excuse me, sir. Great to be here. We're here in your neighborhood today to tell you about our fine service. Howdy, ma'am. Me and my associates are here today to tell you about... Hey there, little guy. Is your mom home? Ma'am, your son just gave me the finger. Well, I guess I know where he learned it.
New York City, November 7th, 2006.
Finally, I get a job in a New York City kitchen. Where's the chicken salad? Where's the chicken salad? We're running late. I'm running room service upstairs now. Where's the chicken salad? Donde está el chicken salad? We need the chicken salad. Sir, here's your chicken salad. I'm sorry it's late. Did you just sign here? Thank you very much. No tip? Oh, come on, we're just trying to earn $1.
New York City, November 17th, 2006.
I find myself now in a homeless shelter, standing in line, other men waiting to enter. New York City homeless shelter. Now stop and think about that for a second, because you can say it and you can gloss over it. Or you can think and you can picture maybe a time you passed some homeless people or a homeless shelter, and maybe you wondered, what would drive someone there? Standing in line, the other men, the old lady walks by, nice plaid skirt, gray hair under her hat, nice plaid, carrying a bag with 2 gloved hands. She stops, opens her Mercedes with the little remote key, turns to us and says, I don't know what drives someone here. You look like a bunch of old, hungry hound dogs. You should be ashamed of yourselves. On the inside of the shelter, it smells of stale soup, maybe old bread. As I walk in, I notice behind me a black kid, maybe 19. He's scared. I watch him go through the same procedure I just did. Escorted through the metal detector, 2 police officers say, meal ticket! And when he looks, he shakes his head, doesn't know what they're talking about. They hit a buzzer. Intake! Point him down a hall. Old tile walls scratched up, streaks on the floor. We sit down in a room, 3, 4 seats apart, other homeless men filling out paper, almost like a homeless ID, and they take our picture, thumbprints. Hours later, in a large room, 40 beds on opposite walls. We all sit there, many of us sleeping, luggage underneath our beds, hands hanging over for protection, fearing theft. We hear a sniffle, many of us look up. It's the little black guy, the small black kid who just walked in, the one I saw. And he's crying. We're just trying to survive. Look, he stares down at his shoes. An old man, white, tattered beard, sweatshirts torn, maybe 3 or 4 of them, paint-stained jeans, covered, walks over, the only one, sits down next to the kid, puts his arm around him, says, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And who cares? Who cares about these men? Who cares alcoholics, drug addicts? Who cares what it is? Who cares what they're doing, their lives, these brothers, these sons, these kids? Who cares? Bankers? Lawyers? President of the United States?
Is it getting better? But tell me, do you feel the same? Or will it make it easier? You got someone to blame. One life, it's one name, it's one life, it's one love. I thought I disappoint you. You know I did. I leave a bad taste in your mouth. You act like you never had love. You know there's no need to go without. Well, that's too much, yeah. More than I like to. Give me nothing now, it's all I got in my soul. One hit, not the same. Well, we hurt each other, we still keep doing it again. Well, love is a temple, love that higher love. Love is a temple, baby. Love that higher love. Ask me to enter, but why do you make me grow when I can't be holding on to what you got, when all you got is hurt? One love, yeah. One blood, one life. You got to do what you should. It's one life, I thought, with each other, yeah. Sisters, brothers, yeah. One life, babe, with each other. Follow you to follow me, forever one, yeah. Coming low, feel me grow. I promise I'll never let you down, yeah. Promise never let you down, baby.
New Orleans, Louisiana, March 1st, 2007.
This isn't what I expected. This isn't what I expected at all. Hurricane Katrina hit in August 2005. Now here I spend my days gutting houses, wearing gas masks, shoveling out the muck, the Mississippi mud, shoveling out through, tearing down the walls, this drywall with black mold, going through. I spend my nights here in what used to be a middle school. Third floor, in a library, we sleep on cots with all the other volunteers. Woo, Woodrow, we're high, man. We got some acid. Who are these other volunteers? Who are these heroes that could just give up their lives and come down for an indefinite amount of time? Well, some of them are religious fanatics, you know, repenting for what must be horrible sins. To everyone they come rolling out. I have a special relationship with Christ. Can I introduce you to him? But most of them are mid-20s, disaffected youth, really. Kids with mohawks, covered in tattoos, pierced. Girls with shaved heads. You know, older white guys with long dreadlocks. Woodrow, we are high, man! And things are just getting weird. Right when I think they can't get any weirder, I walk into the bathroom. Vito, how you doing? Just doing a little line of coke, a little blow, before we go gut some houses. What was that ambulance doing here this morning? Oh, Duggar's skin infection. Said it got worse, a lot worse from all the acid. Right. And just when things are a little too odd, and I feel like now I must leave, an invitation to leave taps me on the shoulder. Woodrow, we need you at the 7th Ward. 7th Ward? 7th Ward homeless shelter. The guy running just had a heart attack. 7th Ward homeless shelter? We have it for families. Katrina refugees' families. We run. Oh, this isn't what I expected at all. And that's when something else happened. Another unexpected. It's a phone call. It's from Karina. And she's ending our relationship. This isn't what I expected. I left her long. It's my fault. And I think she's bluffing maybe until her boyfriend calls and says she can't speak to me anymore. And then she's engaged, then she's just gone. Then she's just gone forever. And this isn't what I expected. I'm in New Orleans. The National Guard has taken over for the police. They drive around in Humvees with M16s on the street. Can't get drinkable water. We didn't have electricity when I came here. And now I'm friendless, alone for the first time in years. In New Orleans, and now it's dark. I'd go home. I no longer have a home. I want to go. Anywhere, somewhere, anywhere.
I'm 1,000 million miles from home. But someday, here, somewhere right between my eyes, sitting on a plane, you know you can't complain. You took your last chance, oh you did once again. Landed, stranded, and you hardly even knew your name. Well, I wanna talk tonight about how you see my life. Yeah, in the morning light. Oh yeah, you see how we are. Well, we all wanna talk tonight into the morning light, yeah. No matter where we are, can you see where we are now? Can you see where we are? Far away from home, yeah. We're shelter from the storm, yeah.
March 14th, 2007, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Picture the 7th Ward homeless shelter. Picture a building in New Orleans that houses Katrina refugees, families with children. Imagine the red tape that must go along with a shelter like this. Imagine the work that must go into keeping the building up to code. Plumbing, electric, gas lines, structural repair. Imagine the workers that must be involved. All the planning, the background checks, insurance, transportation, child care laws, health inspections, child safety training. Take all those images in your head and forget them. The 7th Ward shelter isn't what you expected. 7th Ward shelter is a one-bedroom home. We have 7 adults, all over 35, 5 children, all under 9, 8 bunk beds, 1 room, couples and kids sleep two to a bed. There I am. How did I get here? Oh my. And these people, I'm in charge? What? Because every 35-year-old from New Orleans, from the inner city, as a house of 11 black people and one white, that's who they want running the place, right? The experience, because I'm from Springfield, Virginia. We have a Springfield in almost every state. It must be a great place. That's who you move in, the Springfield kid. And you run a church organization, and that's who funds it. So every week on Mondays, the church lady comes, and she gives out the budget, and she says, now, Woodrow, you're enforcing the rules, aren't you? I know Dave doesn't have a job yet. You have to nag him. Make sure you nag him, because Dave wants to be nagged. Dave is 41 years old, and he wants to be nagged by a 24-year-old white punk with a college education about how he can't support his kids with the job he can get with his GED. That's what Dave wants. That's what everybody wants. Oh, and we have other rules, Woodrow. Make sure you're enforcing these. No cursing in the house. No drinking or smoking in the house. No spanking. Think for a second how one might enforce such a rule. At what point in the enraged parent's altercation with their child do you come run? Stop! There will be no spanking. I hate to show you up in front of your child. No spanking here. This is what we all want. And the people there, they love it. They love it. And we have a good relationship. We're on a first name basis. I call them by their first name, and they call me Woodrow, or Woody, or Whitey. But slowly, somehow, we become friends. Chantel, she puts my hair in cornrows. I think it's kind of a good look. And after a while, I start talking, and we're doing dishes and sharing chores and talking to Medea. And we talk about the similarities and differences in our lives. She tells me that she dropped out of high school, and her parents, they went to segregated school. Their parents before that didn't have much education. And back in the other line behind that, they were former slaves. I think to myself, before speaking, I went to college. My sisters went to college. My parents went to college. My grandparents went to college. My great-grandparents went to college. And before that, they probably went to college too. But we talk about other things. Like Medea says as she's scrubbing the dish. You know, Woodrow, where I come from, people just complain about not having enough time and not having enough money, about how the government's screwing them over. And I say, Medea, where I come from, everybody does that too. This isn't what she expected. And now they're on their best behavior to keep me out of trouble with the church lady. And they're hardworking, and they want, and they're out there, and they go, and they're finding, I'm there for 5 weeks. In the beginning of week 5, everyone in the house of working age has a job. At the end of the 5th week, everyone there in the house has some stats on getting out of the house, and they have a lease already printed up. And the church lady comes, and she sees the packed bags on Monday morning. And she says, Woodrow, have you been kicking people out? I say, no, they're moving out. This isn't what she expected at all. But now we're going. Now we're all leaving in my family. What I've made here, we're all going our separate ways. Homeless are showing up in droves now to fill our house. It's one of the only shelters in New Orleans. Knocking on the door at all hours, trying to get into these new spots, but someone's got to do it, but it's really time. All my friends are going. And we exchange hugs, and some of the women cry. We wish each other well and promise to keep in touch as much as we can. I wave goodbye, and as I look over my shoulder and hop on the bike, I see out of the corner of my eye a gorgeous brunette, college co-ed coming to take my spot. She winks at me. We know we'll never see each other again. That's just all right.
Me once, she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy.
Spent 2 nights camping on a mountaintop, 40 degrees, and it's chilly. It's even colder as I go through Oklahoma, light snow, come across into Lubbock, Texas in a hailstorm. I get there and the paper's done an article on me. Later there's a feature that week in Virginia, another one in another Texas paper. Cut across New Mexico, then sitting there in Arizona at a stoplight, see a beautiful blonde staring me down. She knows everything she needs to know.
Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. But come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me.
California, I work odd jobs. In LA, I speak at 2 colleges. Now I'm rolling through Mendocino, Spokane, Washington, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Papers are running features on me. I'll roll into Main Street. People are coming out, waiting for me to speak at their bar. By the time I get to Bismarck, North Dakota, beautiful woman. Native American woman comes out, looks me up and down, owner of the coffee shop, welcomes me like the spirit of freedom.
I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. Got a world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. So hard to find. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know that your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in, and take it easy.
May 21st, 2007, Death Valley, California.
I wasn't going to go to Death Valley. It was hundreds of miles out of my way. But when a lazy-eyed conspiracy theorist in Reno told me what was out there, I had no choice but to find out. The ghost of Jesse James, he said. You haven't heard? The ghost of Jesse? He was out there with his outlaws. That's where they'd go to run away from the cops. They'd get out there, couldn't survive anymore, get dehydrated, come up point blank, shoot him in the face. A lot of people think Jesse died in Missouri. That's BS. He escaped, went out to Death Valley. His ghost still roams, trying to get back after his killer. I looked at him strangely, and then he continues, but the real ghost of Death Valley, the real stuff down there, 24 unsolved violent crimes to lone travelers every year. You can look it up. You know what it is? WW2. Germans, POWs, government took them out there to die, starved to death. 3 of them roamed that valley in the desert, and I didn't believe them for a second. I wasn't scared, at least not at first. Driving in about 90 miles into the valley, my 3-gallon tank was running low. Looking around for the gas station, I knew on my map there was one, and there, past the boulders and the sand, I see it, I pull up, and my worst fears are confirmed. Yellow tape around the pumps, boards on the windows, it's been abandoned. I have maybe, 30, 35 miles in the tank? Not a gas station around on the map for 100 miles. I pace on the gravel, it's getting late, it's still about 100 degrees in the desert. Wondering what I'm gonna do. I pull out my cell phone, and I'm in Death Valley, it's dead. No service out here. AAA isn't gonna help. Looking around, trying to figure it out. I see, in the distance, A house? A mansion? It must be a mirage. And then I remember the conspiracy, what he told me, that man in Reno. Death Valley Scotty, Scotty's Castle. There's a castle, he said, in Death Valley, used to belong to Death Valley Scotty. He was a con artist. Let people hide out there. Stole a bunch of gold from somebody. And now his castle's still out there. That's about all he said about it. But it looks all right. Maybe it's only 100 or so yards. I'll walk. As I'm walking through the Death Valley, through the sand, towards this big castle, leaving the bike behind at the station, I think I hear footsteps. I turn. There's nothing. I keep on walking. So I'm going up to the big house, the big iron gates, go to twist the knob. It's locked, of course. I knock. Maybe someone lives here. Who knows? Someone who can help me. I don't have water. I don't have food. I don't know how I'm going to get gas or get out of here. I knock. No one comes. Walk around the side. I think I hear footsteps again. I turn. It's a coyote about 10 yards away. Thin, skinny, like a little dog. It's been trailing me. Walk around the other corner of the house, another door. When no one answers my knock, I try the knob again. Creaks open. Go walking inside. Not knowing exactly where I am, maybe pulled by the mysticals, the myth, the levels of just what must exist in Death Valley. I walk in, entering a 19th century castle, mahogany wood floors. Huge spread. I'm in the dining room. Table, thrones like seats on each side. Goblets set out gold. Big white china for the meal that had never come, all covered in dust. So I'm walking through this room. The sword hung on the wall. 18th century murals. Knight in the corner, full armor. Life size. I see a set of stairs and think maybe I'll at least sleep here tonight. Who knows? What a great story this would be. Go walking up, creaking up the stairs. When I get to the top, push open what must be the first bedroom door, expecting to see a nice, again, a throne-like, castle-like bedroom. And as I push that door open, see inside the bed, the sheets are unmade. Bedspread all piled over. Dirty dishes on the nightstand. I know I'm not alone. Hello, I call. Hello. I'm just a lonely traveler. I'm looking for help. No one responds. Who knows how long I have to get out of here. I go running back down the stairs. I'm lost. I get there. I don't know where I am. The dining room somewhere. The big table. The murals on the wall. Oh, the night. I find the door. I go running outside. Leave it open. I've kicked over a couple rugs. My sandy footprints are all over the house. And as I'm running through the sand, I see tire tracks. Now I know I'm not alone. I go sprinting to the bike. Get back on. Key ignition. Headlights coming over the hill, and I freeze. I wait. The SUV drives up. It's probably a cop, a huge man, or worse, someone on the other side of the law. Doesn't want me snooping around their place. I wait. Woman creaks open the door. It's a 70-year-old woman. Looks like my grandmother. She probably enjoys playing canasta. She steps out. She's the caretaker for Scotty's Castle. It's run by the Parks Department. And she says there's a station up 40 miles that way. For a second, I'm so relieved, until I realize that she's on her way home. The open door, the sand, the kicked over rugs. She's going to think I tried to rob the place. I haven't shaved in 13 days. I haven't bathed in 3. I look like I'm on the run from the law. I don't want to mess around with anything. I have one choice but to leave, and hopefully what's in my tank will take me that 40 miles. Going off in the darkness, in the desert, just the headlight. It's pitch black, cloudless, moonless night. Driving down that road, just the hum of the engine. And I don't see headlights behind me. She's not following me. Everything's going to be all right. Maybe I have gas to get there. I think I do, going over the curves, going around the bend. Everything is just fine until sput. The bike teeters to a stop. The headlight goes dead. The battery dies. I'm in Death Valley. I don't know exactly where. I don't know how many miles I am to the station. It's about 100 degrees. I can't sleep on the side of the road. Snakes. I can't sleep in the road. Cars. I don't have water, I don't have food, but I am going to push my way out. Whatever it takes, I will push that bike. No fear, I start pushing the bike. And it's heavy. And I'm sweating, I'm just covered. It's just dripping all over. My hands are slick. The bike is falling out of my hands, pushing every ounce of energy I have. My muscles are just strained. I feel it, but I'm going to do it. However many miles, I have no choice. And I think in the back of my mind, as I hear the coyote howl, Jesse James, 3 Germans, 24 unsolved crimes to lone travelers in the desert every year. And it doesn't bother me until I keep walking through the darkness, until it's so dark I can barely make out the yellow line in the road below me. I keep pushing and hearing in the back of my mind, Jesse James, 3 Germans. Off in the distance I see headlights. Who knows how far, maybe 20, 40 miles. Maybe they're coming, maybe I keep pushing, who knows how far off they are. The headlights recede, go down. They must have turned off, but then they're up again. I keep pushing. They're on the desert road, and it goes up and down through the sand, through the dunes, around the turns. They must be ways off. But the car keeps approaching steadily, and finally the headlights are bright in front of me. I jump out in front of the car. He screeches to a halt. I run up to the passenger side window. I said, please, thank you. Thank you. I've been pushing. I don't know how long. I'm out of gas. I've been traveling now for months. I just need someone to take me to the gas station. And he is scared out of his mind. The 13-day beard, the hair, the smell, the sweat, the lone motorcyclist. He turns to the other people in his car. They mutter to something. I don't really know what, but they're frightened. So I say, no, this is my 30th state. I've been doing this for 11 months. And they shake their head and go back to talking amongst themselves, something I can't quite understand. I've scared them even more. And then I realize it. The thing I can't understand. The muttering. I count the men in the car. 1, 2, 3. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? They're Germans. They go nuts. Yeah! They open the door, they pat the seat, as if believing in some weird rule that someone who speaks German can't be harmful. Oh, man. They were there to save me. They were lost tourists. They took me to the station. I got them out of the desert.
Lately I've been wearing thin, been through hell and back again. I smoke too much, I've been drinking too much booze. Now I don't know where to go, maybe north to Alaska or down to Mexico to find a pretty senorita. They ain't got no tattoos. My reputation's been getting the best of me. Everybody's always talking, but they don't know. Just take some time out and maybe you will see. Like to take life in the fast lane a little bit slow. I can't give you a reason to believe anything I'm saying, 'cause if stories are true, I'd be lying straight to your face. I don't know how to tell you I appreciate you staying, 'cause it took me a while to get myself back in this place. My reputation's been getting the best of me. Everybody's always talking, but they don't know. Just take some time out and maybe you will see. Like to take life in the fast lane a little bit slow. Gotta take life in the fast lane a little bit slow.
June 25th, 2007, Verdigris, Nebraska.
I should have known I was in trouble the minute I saw her. Long tan legs, thick dark hair, and a sparkling wedding ring on her finger. Katie is her name. And when I met her, her eyes lit up. She'd heard of me. Her parents had come down to Omaha to find me, to invite me to perform at a biker rally up in Verdigris. And she'd heard the stories and she wanted to hear mine. We talked for hours and hours that afternoon, innocently. And when it got a little too loud, she invited me outside and we took a walk to talk. And as I spoke, something lit inside of her. The flame of a candle, dormant, unlit for years. Some spark in her eyes. I thought nothing of it until the next morning. I see her crying. And as I walk up to her, she runs off back to her motel room. I don't know what to do. No one to speak to her. As I look and try and ask people, they just walk by. And I follow her as she goes running off, crying, end up following her back into her hotel room as she sits there weeping and puts her hand in mine. And suddenly I know it. It clicks. Not because I thought of something, but because the door bangs open. It's her father. And that's when I think of something. That I am in the motel room of a married woman holding her hand. And it wasn't because we did anything physically, it was worse. We'd done something emotionally. There was a connection there. Something that happened much deeper than a physical relationship. And everyone else around had seen it. And they knew. And as that man, her father, sat staring at me, I got very scared. Not of what he'd do to me physically, but what it was doing to me emotionally. I knew I had to leave. Fear is a great motivator.
I went home with a waitress, the way I always do. How was I to know she was with the Russians too?
I ran out of the hotel room. I ran down to my bike. It was loaded. I put the key in. I sped off. I had to go somewhere, anywhere, far from here. Out of Verdigris, Nebraska, as far from her as I could. It was just instinct. And I start driving. And the sky goes from blue to black. The ground goes from Nebraska to Kansas. As I drive into Kansas City, it's pouring rain. And I don't stop until it's too dark and too rainy. And I can't even see anymore. I get a room at a cheap motel, the cheapest one I can find. They give me a room on the second floor. And finally, I take all my clothes off, just steeped in rain, throw them on the bed and sit down for one moment. Relax until I hear the knocks on the door. I open slowly. It's a police officer. I just want you to know this. Earlier today, the man in the room directly below you was murdered. Fear is a great motivator. Terror is even better.
Now I'm hiding in Honduras. I'm a desperate man. Having lawyers, guns, and money. Oh, the shit has hit the fan. Hey!
The highway is racing below me. Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, where I spend the 4th of July, make my first appearance on TV. I shoot down into Chicago. Little girl there teaches me how to do handstands, backflips off diving boards. Shoot across the Midwest now. Going through, stopping at truck stops, eating there, talking to the truckers, sleeping outside in them, speaking in a lot of bars, making some papers. Going through Midwest, up into Massachusetts, where they throw a party for me. Strangers read about me in the paper. Connecticut, 2 men meet me at the state line, drive me all the way to the other border on bikes. Finally, I get to New Hampshire, where I meet a little girl there, ask me if she should drop out of college. One state remains.
East Lupac, Maine, July 31st, 2007.
The coast of Maine is rocky, the sky a blue-gray, the water black, pounding in great conflict with the land. The bike is behind me, 30,000 miles on its tires. Scrapes, nicks, dents from crashes, rust. My bags are ripped, torn. My clothes, threadbare, little tears, bruises on my skin. I look back at the bike, the wear on the tires. Look back at the ocean. How far I'd come. Did I get anywhere? America, I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. Seems that the miles just roll behind me. Don't know where they come. I'm confused. I'm exactly what they said I was when I said I am a confused young man. It took me 14 months to realize. Every question I had was multiplied, was answered with questions tenfold. All the lines of black went to gray, and now I'm confused and I just don't know. America, should I just quit? Or am I more? But I am. I've done something. Everyone told me I couldn't do this. I couldn't survive a year on the road. I'd never ridden a motorcycle before. You can't do that. You can't get a book published without being a professional writer first. Friends told me to get a job. Stop wasting my time. All these things people just kept throwing. People came out of the woodwork I hadn't even seen in years. People I met for the first time. That's crazy. Just get a job. Maybe that's what this whole weird way of speaking to you is all about. To try to do something great and fail, rather than do something ordinary and succeed. Maybe that was what it is. But everything they said, everything they told me, too old, too young, too smart, too dumb. Everything they told me that I couldn't do, everything they said was wrong. Everything I believed was right. Here in Maine, where the waves come crashing violently against these stones, hundreds of years ago, 300 or so miles away, down the coast, ships came rolling in. And they saw this virgin land, and they plowed its fields, and they spilled its blood, and they fought its natives, and they made their laws, and they went against them, and they constructed and deconstructed and rebuilt a land of sadness, a land of hope, a land of opportunity. On the coast of Maine, State 48, July 31st, 2007. I started off a boy, scared, and at some point, a man, capable. Everything in between, and I was a writer now, and I had a book to promote. Entertainer now, I had things to say, places to speak at. And an adventure with a whole life to explore. I took out my journal and summed it in 5 words. The 48 states are over.